Good morning. It is 8 a.m. and I'm going to China. Well, mainland China.
I had no plans to visit China this year, but things happen. As always, Victoria Airport was a breeze. Soon it was time to board my first flight, Air Canada to Vancouver.
After a quick 15-minute flight, I have landed in Vancouver. This is the first time I'm flying on different tickets, so I need to go check in and get my boarding pass. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was not able to check in online for my Air China flights, but I was able to pay for the exit row seat with extra legroom on the long-haul flight from Vancouver to Beijing. I had to fill out a form and email it to them to be able to sit in the exit row. I am meeting the rest of my group people at the boarding gate, but in the meantime, it was time to relax for a bit in the Maple Leaf Lounge.
This is my first time ever on a Chinese carrier, and also it's my first time going to China. We are flying today on Boeing 777-300. Air China has about 28 of those and about 30 A350s. They have two variants of the Boeing 777-300. The one that I'm on today has 8 first class seats and then 222 configuration business class and then 333 economy, which is not bad for a long haul flight. Fun fact, Air Canada also flies this route from Vancouver to Beijing capital. They fly the 787 Dreamliner, but they take an hour and a half extra for the same journey because they can fly through the Russian airspace. My flight today actually is to Xian in the Shaanxi province, and I'm connecting via Beijing capital. Too bad it's not the new Daxing airport.
I was not able to add a meal request to my reservation, so I decided to help myself with some food as the lounge transitioned from breakfast to lunch menu. This way, if they don't have a meal I can eat on board, at least I won't go hungry for the next 16 hours or so. The food was okay, nothing to write home about. The views were the best part of this lounge. After spending some time in the lounge, I proceeded to my boarding gate. The line to get into the Maple Leaf Lounge was crazy long, and I'm lucky I did not arrive around this time.
I forgot how much walking is required for Vancouver.
While I waited for our boarding to start, I saw this beautiful Air India 777-200 getting ready to fly to New Delhi. I had some problems boarding the flight because the system would not accept my boarding pass, but after a few minutes, I was cleared to board.
Hello.
And here it is, Air China's Boeing 777-300 ER. We passed through the business class cabin to get to economy class, as is the case with most planes. There is a smaller 3-row economy cabin with a separate section. Before we check out economy class, let's take a look at the first class cabin on this aircraft. There are 8 first class seats on board this aircraft. The seats are spacious and there's plenty of legroom.
So we just got a nice tour of the first class cabin. Now we're going back to my economy seat.
I was seated in 31 kilo in the emergency exit row. I paid 220 Canadian dollars for this seat, and the legroom was totally worth it. As soon as I was seated, the lovely cabin crew came by to let me know about emergency row procedures. The cabin did not look modern. As you can see, the seat looks worn out, but it was comfortable. There's charging ports underneath the seat, and the IFE screen is stashed on the side of the seat. The IFE wasn't very responsive, but after a little bit of practice, I got the hang of it. Shortly after takeoff, the cabin crew came by with some drinks. I got coffee and settled into my seat. Having the extra legroom was obviously very good, but having the next seat empty was even better. The seat came with a headphone set, pillow, and a blanket. The washroom was decent sized, but it was not super clean. There were water stains on the sink and a dirty napkin on the ground. The cabin crew did clean the washroom regularly though, which was nice to see. Because I was not able to put in a meal request, I did not have a vegetarian meal. The cabin crew did apologize and asked me what I would like to eat. The only option for me was to eat bread and rice from the chicken curry meal on board the flight. I'm someone who doesn't really mind if my food is next to chicken or meat or fish, but I know there are other people who are strictly vegetarian or have dietary restrictions. For them, I would say maybe bring a packed meal or have something in the lounge before your flight. I had a decent meal in the Maple Leaf Lounge before boarding this flight. so I was okay with eating just the bread. After this, I was ready to get some sleep. I had a somewhat decent sleep for a few hours, and when I woke up, we were already starting our descent into Beijing.
After an 11-hour flight, I have landed in Beijing. I do have another flight to catch. I haven't done a long-haul flight in economy for a while, but surprisingly, this wasn't a bad flight. I mean, I did pay for the extra legroom seat, which cost me about $220 Canadian. I think it was worth it. Going through immigration and security again for the domestic transfer took a little bit, and we are now at the gate for our next flight to Xian, and it's already boarding, so we're kind of late. Thank you. So I'm boarding my next flight to Xian, and we're flying on a Boeing 737-8.
Hello sir, welcome board. Welcome board.
I'm on board my Xian flight, and I'm sitting in the first row in economy. And the legroom here is not bad, maybe because it's bulkhead seat, and I did not pay for this. I just got this with my regular economy fare. Check it out. So we've got a 2-hour flight to Xian on the 737-800. If you can't see, I'm sweating and it is hot, and the stewardess comes in and offers me a blanket, which I respectfully decline. Looks like I'm sitting in the first row of economy all by myself. So I'm surprised that there is meal service on a 2-hour flight. Overall, up until now, the service has been really good on Air China. The flight attendant even offered to take the food tray table out for me. So that was very nice. I think the service is really good. And just like that, I have landed in Xian. My destination is some 22 hours. I still have to get to my hotel, so the journey is not over yet. But at least I'm here.
Now let's recap some important points. Hard product. The economy seat looked worn out, but was surprisingly comfortable. Having an exit row seat with unlimited legroom was definitely one of the reasons I had a comfortable flight. The IFE system was outdated and had minimal choice of non-Chinese entertainment. I can't really talk much about the food because I only had bread. Let's talk about the soft product. The check-in agent was really nice. She even gave me front of the economy class seat on my connecting flight to Xian. The crew on board were friendly and eager to help. The service was fantastic. Now the big question, will I fly Air China again? This one's a little tricky. Although my flight was comfortable, I did have an exit row seat. I probably would not fly long-haul economy class on Air China again, but that's not because of the seat or the service. The experience in economy class is more or less the same when it comes to hard product on many airlines. One big bonus on this cabin was that economy cabin was 333 configuration, which is one less seat than most wide-body economy class cabins, and it feels more roomy. Why would I not fly Air China economy again? Let's talk about that. I could not check in online for my flight. I also could not pre-select my meals. I am not sure if this was just me or if this is a common occurrence. The website was also very difficult to navigate. Apparently, you can only access your booking on the website if you've booked your ticket on Air China's website. I had a good meal before my flight, so the non-availability of meal was not a huge issue for me. But it's definitely not great for people with diet restrictions. The onboard meal options were both non-vegetarian, which is not ideal for many. Overall, the flight experience was okay. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not an expert or a critical reviewer who ranks every aspect of an airline. I just want to have a comfortable flight and not feel any regrets. Air China was an okay experience for me, and that's pretty much all I have to say about it really.